Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to use the chrome pigments from Let's Resin, and I have here this feather mold, and it's brilliant for inlayers, so you put it into a bigger project, and this is what I want to do. So you see me brushing the copper of the chrome pigments into the feather mold. And I just want to have them rather dark, so I will be using the black chrome pigment as well. So I'm just randomly brushing this into the mold like you see it here. And it's a wonderful color. It's, I just like it very much. And now I'm using the black, and of course everything will become darker. And this is what I wanted to do, and I think it's perfect for a little bit autumn, but also the color combination might be very elegant, but we will see at the end. So this is what I'm doing at the moment, just brushing the feathers, and I'm not showing you the whole mold because you know how it goes. Anyway, so this is after I brushed everything and see all the details in this inlayer mold. So this is a mold I asked Rebecca from Art of Cheshire Cat to order for me because she sometimes makes big orders, and yeah, she ordered this for me and I'm very thankful. Anyway, I did the same with the elongated. I cannot pronounce this proper, but it's a crystal trinket tray. So sorry, molds and shapes. I didn't pronounce it proper. But anyway, you see this mold, and it's an awesome mold, and it's a very big mold. And I thought it might be a very perfect mold for the feathers. And this is what I'm using. And I'm starting here now with my clear resin. And for my first layer, I'm using just the Ultra Cast, a medium viscosity resin, because it's better than using a thick resin, just because of the air bubbles, especially in the Druzy edge. And now I have here my feathers, and I want to place them into this mold. So I'm using alcohol, and then I'm using a little bit of resin, and you see it there was not enough for my stick, so I'm just using it from the cup. And then I'm rubbing the resin in a little bit, and then I'm carefully placing the feather into the mold, just very gently. And yeah, I'm doing the same with all the feathers. So what I didn't show you, I filled up the feather mold with black resin. So I get my feathers, just in case you're wondering where did I get my feathers now. So I filled up my mold, but I didn't show this step because, yeah, I think you know how to fill a mold. And here's the last one. I'm doing the same. I sprayed some alcohol on top, and then I'm brushing a little bit with my hand the resin, and then I'm placing the feathers how I want them to be, and let this part cure. I'm very curious how detailed they really are when they are coming out of the mold. So, but this is for a further step. It will come later. But you see, I'm just making sure I place my feathers how I want them to be. I'm sorry a little bit for my voice. It's still not okay. I'm still suffering from this. I have, I don't need to tell you about it. So for my next step, I'm using the Let's Resin Fast Cure resin. And first, I wanted the project to be finished as soon as possible because I wanted to see how the feathers look like in the resin. So that's why I use Fast Cure. And I wanted to see what effects I can get. So you saw me placing clear resin, a little bit of sand color, and a little bit of this brown. The brown is from Petra Jungblut, the Havana. And this Havana color, I only mixed very thin, because I didn't want it to take over. I just wanted to have a hint of this darker color. And now I'm doing a dirty pour. You see it there. I just place it all into the mold. There's a lot of clear resin. And I thought I have enough resin in this cup, but it wasn't enough. So I'm taking my cup again, putting clear into this cup, and then again the sand color, which is still a little bit in my cup, and then the Havana, this brownish tone, and then again clear. And then I'm placing this, or I'm pouring this on top of everything. So at that moment I was a little bit afraid because I have these 2 steps, but well, resin does whatever it does, and I just took the risk. I love those colors, and I think they look very, very nice, and I can imagine that they look very good with the feathers as well. So I just let my resin spread. You see it, I just do it naturally so it touches the edges, and I'm actually slightly doming in this mold, and then I just let the resin do whatever it needs to do. I will also spray some alcohol so that the bubbles are gone at the surface. You see it there. And then the resin can just work and do its patterns. I didn't do a time lapse, so this is round about 5 hours later. The fast cure resin, you can demold it after 4 hours normally, but this layer was quite thin. So yeah, I later on got a few fingerprints on the back, but I will put a cork underneath on a later step anyway, and then I think it's fine. But I was so curious how this piece is looking, and look at the mold. It's looking so dirty, but I already used it many times, so yeah, you cannot avoid it with silicone. But let's have a look, and look at this. I really love it, and you may notice this black spot. This is from brushing the edges, and I brushed also a little bit black on the edges because I wanted it to have this tone, and then a little bit of the powder went into my clear resin before, so this is what happened there. But I don't mind. I really love the effects. They are really looking very fluffy. And with the end result, you see maybe later the detailed feathers, and you see this fluffy effect and this delicate edge. It's not as dark as the feathers, even though I used the same pigments, and I really love it, but there's a lot of clear in the edges, and that's why it is. And I didn't use a brush to brush it. I just used a little makeup sponge. And with this, I love and leave you. I thank you for watching, and take care. Bye bye.